Have you ever thought about what happens when someone gains absolute power? Not just a little bit of power, but total control over everything and everyone. What happens to a person who can shape reality, control life, and decide the fate of the world? Does power really change you, or does it simply reveal who you truly are? This is not just a hypothetical question. We've seen it before. History is full of people who rose to godlike power only to fall from grace. The question isn't about how power corrupts, but how quickly it can isolate you and eventually destroy you. Throughout history, emperors, dictators, and revolutionaries have reached heights unimaginable to ordinary people. But the cost of such power is rarely discussed: the cost of isolation. In the end, it's not the lack of power that breaks them, it's the overwhelming weight of too much of it. Imagine a man like any other. He works a regular job, dreams of something greater, and constantly feels trapped in the mundane. The world around him seems like an endless loop of the same routine. He's intelligent, curious, but feels disconnected from those around him. He looks at his life, at the lives of others, and wonders, why does it have to be this way? He knows that something is missing. He feels a deep sense of longing, to be free, to be more than what life has assigned to him. He's seen how the world works, how systems of power dictate everything, and he's disgusted by the inequality he witnesses daily. There's something inside him that cries out for change, something bigger than himself. And then he finds it, a way to change everything, a power that promises him the ability to control the world, shape reality, and decide the course of human existence. It's not just a passing thought, it's a force that beckons to him, promising freedom. At first, he hesitates. Can one person really wield such power? Is it even ethical to alter the course of fate for others? But slowly, something shifts. The temptation becomes too much to resist. The idea of having all the answers begins to consume him. He starts small. No one notices at first. Little manipulations here and there. A slight change in the course of events, the people he meets, the conversations he has. At first, it's just small things, predicting outcomes, getting what he wants with little effort. But it doesn't take long before his ability grows stronger. The first time he changes something major, something that would have otherwise led to suffering, he feels elated. He saved a life, prevented a war, stopped a disaster. He is the hero, the savior. The world seems to be responding to him as though it's acknowledging his greatness. But with each new action, his confidence grows. And with confidence comes hubris. Soon, small changes become larger, more complex, and more far-reaching. He doesn't stop at saving people. He begins to shape their thoughts, their desires, their futures. He controls the narrative. He bends society to his will. Now, he's not just changing the little things. He's saving people, stopping wars, preventing natural disasters. He's the hero, the savior the world never asked for, but always needed. People adore him. They look to him for guidance, and he gives it freely. He is above the chaos of the world. He is the answer to everything. The more he changes, the more the world loves him. But love and fear often go hand in hand. People don't fully understand him. They don't fully know what he can do. The more power he wields, the more his identity changes. He's no longer the man he once was. He's something else now. He is God. At first, he believes he's doing it for the greater good. Every decision he makes, every change he enacts, he's convinced it's all for the betterment of mankind. But here's the catch. With power comes a slow and insidious change. His intentions might be pure in the beginning, but what happens when you can shape everything? You start to see the world not as it is, but as you want it to be. The first sign of trouble is subtle. People start to resist, not openly, but in little ways. They begin to question him, to challenge his decisions, to ask why he's doing what he's doing. At first, it's easy to dismiss them. They're small voices, they don't understand the big picture. But then it grows. More voices rise in opposition. More people question his methods, his intentions, and his decisions. And it's not just the people. His own mind begins to change. The constant affirmation he once received starts to feel hollow. Adoration becomes expectation. Worship becomes obligation. The deeper he sinks into his own power, the more disconnected he becomes from the world around him. His empathy fades, his relationships dissolve, and the people he once cared for become nothing more than tools to accomplish his vision. Now he's untouchable. No one dares oppose him. His powers are limitless. He can reshape reality. He can bend time, space, and perception to his will. He is omnipotent. No force in the world can stand against him. But with each new godlike act, he feels a deeper loneliness. People once drawn to him are now afraid of him. They no longer see him as the savior. They see a threat, someone too powerful, too dangerous to be left unchecked. He starts to question, what is the point of power if there's no one left to share it with? Power, he realizes, has no meaning without connection. He's cut off from the world, and no amount of control can change that. His mind begins to unravel. The more power he gains, the more he starts to lose his grip on his own humanity. At first, the power felt like a gift, like a way to make the world better. But now it feels like a curse. He can no longer relate to those around him. The people he once tried to protect now seem like strangers. As he grows more isolated, his ability to empathize with others fades. He starts to view everyone through the lens of utility. What can they give me? How can they serve my vision? The deeper he falls into godhood, the more he becomes distant from the things that once mattered to him. Love, companionship, friendship. In their place, he finds nothing but an empty void, a constant hunger for something he can never quite grasp. He is a god. But what does that even mean anymore? Psychologists argue that too much control leads to disconnection from reality. When you control everything, you start to lose touch with what's real. People around you become objects, the world around you a playground. You lose sight of your own flaws, your own limitations, and soon you're trapped in a tower of your own making. The man who once sought freedom has now imprisoned himself in the very thing he thought would set him free. Power has isolated him, corrupted him, and turned him into a stranger in his own world. The man who became a god is no longer the figure of worship he once was. He is just a shell of a man, trapped in his own creation. Too much power has isolated him from the very thing that makes us human, connection. And in the end, he learns that to be human is to be vulnerable, to connect with others, and to know that no one, not even gods, are immune to the fall. In the end, the man who sought godhood found only loneliness. He had everything, but at the cost of everything that truly mattered.